This is what God showed me about pit bulls, because recently online I saw a man who posted and said that pit bulls need to be banned. And I went and looked online and I found that in 1 year, 50,000 women are exed by a man, by their significant other or lover, somebody close to them that they trust. And the thing about pit bulls is they get a lot of heat for being stronger than what they hurt, and for being aggressive. And so are men. Men are very well known for these things. And I looked up in 1 year, this is in the US alone, 64 people that have been fatal attacks by a pit bull in 1 year. So the numbers that's a really big difference. That's a huge difference. And one is not more important than the other, because every one of those people are important, but the difference is big. So I'm wondering why it is that this man is not going after something his size, like his own size or bigger. Why are you going after something smaller? Because what God showed me is that is equivalent. Saying that pit bulls should be banned is like saying that Jesus should be banned, because God showed me that Jesus has the heart of a pit bull. And God said that there are pit bull hearts everywhere. God said, I place pit bull hearts everywhere, not only in pit bulls. And there are dogs that are bigger than pit bulls, that this isn't the thing. God said, I made them like that. Yes, their jaw, yes, they can be stronger in a lot of ways, but God said it is the heart that I put in a pit bull that makes them so strong. And God said, I put pit bull hearts all over for protection, so they can protect themselves. God said, I made them that way. What happens when a child or a pit bull or a dog, an animal, when their parent's heart is not at least as strong as their heart or stronger, it's a mismatch. And this is why at times God will send me two people, two women, two couples who have been trying to conceive for a very long time, and they are oftentimes in a lot of pain. And sometimes it's not always physical. Sometimes it's not a physical reason why they cannot conceive. And God will say and have me work through with these people, your heart's not ready yet sometimes, because God is saying that your heart has to be prepared and ready and capable for the heart that I'm going to bring into your life, because that heart is going to live out my will, which means you have to be prepared for it. Pit bull hearts are going to be with pit bull hearts. Golden retriever hearts can be with golden retriever hearts. Of course, there are people who can work with all different kind of dogs, who are great with all kind of dogs, but your heart has to be at least as strong and as powerful, because you can only be as strong as you are soft. And pit bulls are the most affectionate, loving, cuddle bug, kiss monster, sensitive dogs that there are. There is not a more affectionate dog than a pit bull. So yes, they are very strong, but they are also very sensitive, and they need that strength because people can feel that. Dogs are responsive to the heart. They are solely responsive to your heart. They don't care what you do for a living. They don't care what you look like. They are responsive to something within them that they can feel. And when they're not taught what to do with that, because their parent or guardian didn't know how to teach them how to do that, that parent or guardian probably doesn't know how to manage their own, right? You cannot just get a pit bull for image and say, oh, they're going to be strong and protect me and it's going to be bad. They don't respond to image. They respond to the heart. And so do children. And a lot of these men who are regularly or even whenever going after something smaller than them, like women, and they don't know what to do with their emotions. They were not taught that. Most of us were not. And a lot of times these men also had their power taken from them when they were children. A lot of times they were also beaten down and made to feel very small. And as that, they put up this protective shield and are now hurting others in the process instead of lifting them up. We can learn a lot from pit bulls and being protective, because when you have more power than somebody, when you're stronger than somebody, you want to lift them up and protect them naturally. When you're stronger than somebody or something, you naturally want to protect it. That is natural. If you are not stronger, you're not going to have that instinct. And again, that power, that strength is of the heart. It has very little to do with the size. My pitbull's 13 now. He has been attacked many times. He has never attacked another dog. He has been attacked several times. But when it came to me and his human dad, when we got him, he knows that I am boss. He knows to listen to me, but not his dad. He was in a lot of ways stronger than his human dad. But if it came between his human dad and I, of course he would have me, because he's way stronger than me physically, but it's all about in here. And that is what my pitbull's going to respond to. So he's not going to pull me. He's not going to have that power and that strength over me. And he is also equally as strong, if not more, in heart, because again, he protects me. I did not have to train him to do that. He is highly protective of me. There was a day I was with him in Sedona by the water, laying down by the water. My feet were at the water. There's this huge rock area behind us, this huge flat rock area. So my feet are facing the water, my eyes are closed. Naturally, he has his back end towards me and he's facing out towards the rock area. In case anybody comes up type of thing, I guess. Well, I'm laying there with my eyes closed. He gets up and starts barking, and probably in an eighth of a second, I am on top of him. I don't know how, I ninja flipped on top of him, and I'm holding him, and there's a woman running towards us with a dog. And this dog was like this white, fluffy, pretty thing. She looked like she skied maybe, and it was very like Coloradan, like with this white, fluffy, pretty snow dog. And she's like running towards us with her short haircut, and my dog didn't like that. So, there are people who simply live in a reality that do not understand, it's so innocent. They don't know of that type of sin where they have to protect themselves constantly, that they have to be on guard. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. Her dog fits her perfectly. Pitbull hearts need to be with pitbull hearts. That type of heart needs to be with that type of heart. But my dog, if he's protecting me there and I can't see behind me, he's going to defend me if a dog runs up to us, which of course has also happened many times with people whose dogs are not on a leash. And sometimes they'll say, my dog's nice, as they're running up to us. My dog doesn't care if your dog's nice. My dog is going to protect me if something is running up to me. I do not have to tell him to do it. That's naturally what is going to happen, because God gave them that heart, okay? And God put him in my life with me because we're a good match for each other. And that's how it is with our soulmates. You will find that you also have similar features to not only your dog's soulmate, but to your true human soulmate. You're going to have similar hearts in a lot of those aspects in so many ways. Like, you can physically see it in the makeup, and also by nature and response to the heart, which means one heart is not going to try to hurt or attack or make the other heart feel small. It's not going to be a man doing that to a woman, and it's not going to be a parent doing that to a child, because the child's heart is stronger when it's a good match. That's why we want to be doing these, creating families and life and businesses and having friends and soulmate that are in alignment with God's will. If it's in alignment with your will, it's in alignment with God's will. And that is really what a lot of this is about, is, making sure, instead of also attacking things that are smaller than us, going after that, why aren't we doing something about it? Why are we just making posts online if you're so concerned about the state of humanity and how many people are being X'd? And, why aren't we getting pit bulls to the right homes? Why aren't we making sure that these parents and these children are having the right care and upbringing and teaching how to handle their emotions, because if they're not taught how to manage their emotions, the pit bulls are reacting to something they don't understand, and that's what happens when they go after something. It's not because they're innately bad. God made them stronger, so why would we go against that? My pit bull has always been amazing with children, and I mean so good with children, always great with children. And there was a time in Sedona when we were in a crystal shop, me and my dog, and an extra nice one on top of it, and there was a young boy in there, and they were playing together, almost like rolling around on the ground, and I'm like, okay, we have to stop this now. And the mom was like, please let them play. Like, I love this. He loves this so much. She's like, you don't know how bad he needs this. Like, he loves this. Please let them play. So I was like, okay, I don't want him like jumping on him or anything. And she was like, just, no, it's fine. And there was this little girl. There was the cutest little Asian girl. She was like all bundled up in her coat, like almost like snow pants. And she had her perfectly straight cut hair. And you know those like deep soul baby giggles that they just like are contagious and can't stop rumbling. She's just laughing, like just giggling the deepest giggles. It was so cute. Everything is super sweet, right? But that is because they are a match to each other's heart. That's why they can play and create that. If that's not what you're getting, like if you're not getting that, then there's something more to the story that we need to understand. There's something that we need to look at within. We need to look at our shadow. Okay? We all have a shadow side, and a lot of times if it's behind us, we especially can't see it, and we don't look at it. And that is what this call is for. Instead of pointing the finger and saying we need to ban this because they're stronger. And that's why so many pit bulls and pit bull hearts are again made stronger, because people attack them, because God knows the power in their heart that they're going to get more heat. If you were given a pit bull heart, it's because you know you're going to get more heat. God knows that. God said, I made you like that because people are going to feel that heart when you walk into a room, and they're not going to like that, because we are always responding to things that we can't even see, because that is that is felt before it is seen. Only those who are going off of ego, who can't see in spirit, are going off of how much money is made, what somebody looks like, or their size. Jesus does have the heart of a pit bull. Jesus is a protector. Pit bulls are protectors. Our dogs are our protectors. A lot of times our pets and animals, if somebody loves you and their heart is that big for you, they're going to protect you. They're not going to hurt you. So if you find yourself wanting to hurt somebody else or not able to manage your emotions, that is something that you need to look at. That nobody else is responsible for somebody else's emotions. There are 3 really important takeaways from this message. The first being that yes, pit bulls are all muscle. The heart is a muscle. They are given that body to support their heart. And yes, we do need to keep our body in shape to support our heart as well and to protect our heart as well. The second part is not to force. A lot of these relationships where these 50,000 women are being ended and I know that things go both ways. Believe me, I know that they go both ways. And that is 2 people trying to, just like a pit bull locks its jaw on and is trying to force its way onto somebody, that's these 2 people's hearts trying to say, no, I thought this. No, you're going to do this. I thought you were going to do this. Change this. Be that. When it's your soulmate and somebody you're supposed to be close with and sharing your heart with on any level, even if it's a friend, you don't have to force your heart onto anything. It happens organically. These 2 hearts, when they're the same heart, they're going to have same features and interest and direction, and they're naturally going to come together. You do not have to force anything. So just like this man wants to ban pit bulls, God's saying, I made pit bull's heart that way. And just because something is stronger than you doesn't necessarily mean it's a threat. It is what you do with that strength. So instead of trying to ban pit bulls, that's like saying we need to ban men because they're stronger than women and they're hurting women. That's not the case. God is saying, I made your heart that way. I made pit bull's heart that way. I made this heart that way. I made your heart that way. I made your heart that way. If it's not for you and if it's not a good match, it's not a good match. We have to learn what to do with our emotions and walk away.